What's going on, y'all? This is Al Fishing with Big Al, and welcome to the channel. Got up this morning between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, went and chased a mullet, and the plan was to go downtown by the Bayfront and fish down there on the oyster bed that I know of and try to get into some mangrove snapper. Didn't really get that much mullet, but I did get a lot of pinfish to use, and something told me it must be a plan. So I went ahead and kept them. They were just the right size too. They wasn't big. They were the right small size, good enough for a size 2 circle hooks. So that's what I was using. And I was hoping that around the platform that I like fishing on, that the mangrove snapper probably were there, and maybe I can get like maybe 1 or 2, and I would have better opportunity. I was using shrimp, and I landed 1. Last week, and I was hoping to do the same, but that wasn't the case. They just wasn't there. I didn't get anything that hit and smacked my line hard enough to make me feel that the mangroves were there. But with the pinfish, I decided to cast away from the platform, and I started casting out with the wind to my back, and I started casting out into the on the other side, the left side of the platform, and it actually was like fishing at a dam, which you'll see in the video. The wind was blowing pretty good. That water was high tide. It was coming over the platform, and I just fished it like a dam. I was throwing and letting my knocker rig set up go to the bottom, and I was landing sand trout for the most part. A couple of hard heads, but mainly sand trout. There was nothing else that was grabbing on the line except the sand trout. So, you know, not bad. I kept 4. I got 4 nice ones, brought them on home, and added that to my seafood menu. So that was a good day. Can't complain, man. At least I did walk out of there with something other than walking out of there with nothing. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to the video. And like I always say, man, whatever lane you in, ride it, enjoy it. We only got one life to live. Be you. And don't let anybody else tell you now. So with that said, let's go and get to the video. Y'all take care. Peace. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Memorial Day. This is Al. Welcome to the channel, Fishing with Big Al, and we're downtown, and I'm down here hunting and chasing for mangrove snapper or anything else that's big that might get on, and try to get into something. But right now I'm downtown, and I brought some mullet, and I got some pin perch, and that's what I'm going to be casting. It's that time of year where I don't really use a lot of shrimp, and I try to stay with my cast net, and I try to chase mullet, pinfish, other baits that I like to cast for. I'm trying to think of the names of them right now, and I can't even think of the name. But anyway, we're getting it started down here. It's a nice day, it's a nice morning. Winds about probably about 15 miles an hour, and got a little bit coming from the south. So basically, it's blowing heavy, and the waves are coming over the top of the oyster bed. But with this mullet, hopefully we get some good results. This is a nice spot that I like fishing. You know, if you don't have a boat or something like this, you can come down and you can land some big mangrove snappers downtown. So hopefully as we get something started. With that said, y'all know what time it is. Fish room. It's sandy. I'm gonna keep baby sand trout. Sand trout chasing the pinfish. I said, well, for the most part, it is a beautiful day. Any day you can go fishing is always beautiful in my book. Right now, I got 1 sand trout. I hit a small one. Came down. I was gonna try to chase mangrove, but it don't look like they trying to play this morning, so cast out a little bit further, try to get out there and, you know, try to see maybe something's out there. There's a couple of oyster beds around here. You can get hung up on them if you, you know, when you cast out sometimes, so you got to be careful of that. But other than that, you know, when they're here, they're here. So that's what we're trying to get. But like I say, man, real nice day. Winds supposed to be at 14 miles an hour this morning, but it looks like it's blowing a little harder than that. And it's high tide, so right now I got the water coming over the oyster bed that I'm standing on. And pretty much, I don't know, hopefully the fish are still biting, because I hit those two back to back. There's some bigger sand trout down here too. There's some big ones down here. And some big specks. So that's why I'm glad I got the pinfish, because specks could hit it too. But we're gonna keep going. I got enough bait to keep going for a minute. Pin perch. I got some mullet, and I got one mud minnow. So try and see what happens. With that said, it's fish on. Let's go. All right, my setup today is still the same. My pin fears, my old trustworthy open face reel, my Shakespeare ugly stick, big water, 8-footer, and I'm using, if I'm not mistaken, I should have 40-pound braid on this one. Oh, there we go. As I'm talking about it, the sand trout's out there active. Yeah, but they're active on a pin perch. Yeah, he got it. And my setup again is the old fashioned, it's the old method, knocker red. All right, now everybody got their own method of how they hook their bait onto their hooks. Me, myself, whenever I'm using pin perch, I always like to double hook it, man. That's just me. Sometimes I try single if I think, like I say, if I'm catching reds or something like that with these, and I know the red's gonna engulf the whole thing, then I'll do that, because I know they're gonna take the whole thing in their mouth. But when it comes to anything like these trout or something like that, then I do a double rig. I'll bring that bar back out through this side, and that way they can't just hit it on the fly and then snatch the whole thing off. I'm just superstitious like that. So a lot of people, I know they like to do tails and heads. Me, myself, I just like to cut the middleman out, and I just run that hook through, and then I come back again, and then that way if he does get it on the fly, he can't just snatch it off. That last one I just missed, that is what happened too. He came and hit it, and I had it only hooked one time, and I think he just was able to do what he wanted to do. He snatched it right off. Something on these pinfish, I want to say it's a sand trout. This is actually like fishing a little dam. You know how you go to the dam and you fish up there and that water be moving, you get some good action going. Fish be interested. This is almost on that same level. Let's just hope we get something going. Keep it sandy. Another keep it sandy trout. Feel good in the surf. Let's see what we got. Yes, sir. That's that one I'm talking about. Those are different right there. That's a nice size sand trout. Yes, sir. Looks like it's gonna be a sand trout day. So we're doing pretty good. Nice. Only problem is I forgot my stringer, y'all. And when that happens, you gotta keep on making that dead man walking with the fish up to the truck. So always make sure you got all your gear. That's the only downfall to this. So I gotta always walk them back up. Nice size sand trout though. I'll take it. That's number 3. We on. And real quick note, if you ever come out here, when you come out here on this platform, it's an oyster bed, kind of sort of. Make sure you got some reef boots. I highly recommend you use those. Not just the regular water boots. I'm talking about the ones that say reef. They specifically say reef. Those are the ones you want. Those make a big difference when you're walking out here on this platform. You just come out here with some regular water boots, man, you probably cut them up and your feet gonna hurt. So with that said, I'm using pinfish primarily, and I'm able to get into some sand trout. Mangrove, I've been fishing. Every now and then I throw one around the platform that I'm on, and nothing's happening, so, you know, take what we get. Blessed to get that. I would definitely take it. Fish on, let's go. Like I said, man, look at this. This is like fishing a little small mini dam. The water's going over, and you see all that right there. It's just like being at the dam, man. Nice. All right, also, you see I got my reel holder right there? They got a couple of holes out here on this platform that you can bring a stake with you, and after you come out here enough, you start figuring it out. So the more I came out, the more I tried to look for ways to make my day out here a little more comfortable. When I first came out, I didn't really come with no idea what I was getting myself into. But then once I started looking around, I said, okay, let me bring my reel holder. I can stake that into this hole right here, take my live well, instead of bringing my electric one with the battery, I just bring this one, throw it in the water. And I like these live wells a lot better. These bait holders right here, better than that yellow and white one, because that yellow and white one, it can pop open. These right here, once they snap in place, they pretty much stay locked in. So I've had this one for a couple of years, but I really don't use it too much because I always use my battery operated one. And when I come down here though, you definitely may need it, because when this water's up, you don't have anything that can support what you're trying to do, because it's going to push everything you got. I can't even bring my cart out here, even with the cooler on it. And I can put ice in there, and it doesn't even have enough weight to be able to keep these waves from bringing too much power to it. Once it hits it, it makes my cart roll. So I stopped bringing that out here as well. So I just come with this setup right here, just my simple rod, reel holder, take my bait, put it in the live well, stake it in the ground, and then put some thick line on it, hold it in place, and we on. And now I'm comfortable. Might be a baby or he got off. Little baby. Going back. Gonna make some good breakfast and lunches. Alright, so we got 4 sandies right now, and I'm getting my exercise on because I forgot my stringer. So I gotta walk my fish back to the truck and I decided to keep it. So, nothing wrong with that. I'll take it. Just means I'll sleep better tonight. Alright, real quick. Again, man, you got a lot of people that want to learn how to fish, and sometimes when you out here fishing, it can take some time, right? That's what fishing is, about being patient. Every now and then, man, you'll feel like there's nothing happening, so you bring your line all the way in, and truth be told, it just means it might be a dead break. It might be a break, nothing's happening. But it does not mean your bait is not on. Depending on what bait you're using, I think you'll know. If it's shrimp or something like that, and shrimp is out there for a while, then I'll probably bring that in, because you just never know. But if I'm using like fish bites, or if I'm using like the pinfish or mullet or something like that, if I didn't see my line do anything and I know I didn't throw my bait off, then 9 times out of 10 it's there. You may just be on something that the fish can't really see it. It could be something on the bottom and you can pull it and get it from out of that area, and you'll be surprised. You don't have to reel it all the way in and recast. Just move it a little bit and then just let it sit for another 5 or 10 minutes. If that don't work, then yeah, reel it in if that makes you happy. But a lot of times it's just moving the line, pull it in a little bit. It could be under something, and you may just want to get it from around that area. So with that said, that's a lesson learned. Fish on. Yeah, but I think it's a small one. A small sandy. Too small. You gotta love it. Look at this. Best hit I had all day though. Oh, there you go. He's coming in pretty fast. Oh no, sand trap. don't know if I want to keep it. That's strong. But it's small. I'm going back. Might be a baby. Another baby. Sand trouts are out here. Big ones out here. I'm just about out of bait. I got some bigger muffins. I don't know I want to throw them on. I'm going to have to throw them up. If I do that, I'm going to have to go back up that way and fish from the steps. Let's do that, because I'm not bringing nothing down here to cut them. Here's your, all right, so not a bad morning. I came out targeted mangroves this morning, and the wind conditions were higher than what it said. It said 14 miles an hour. This is a lot higher than 14. And like it is, it got a high tide going on, and I love that. But I love it when the wind conditions are about 7 or 8, and then it's pretty comfortable to be able to fish on the inside over there of that platform. All along this wall, man, it's really good for catching mangrove snapper. So mangrove snapper are here. They may not be here right now in full strength, but when they do get here, all against this wall, walking up and down, and you can catch mangrove snapper and find mangrove snapper. Of course, the sand trout, black drummer here, some flounder as well. And, you know, it's just one of them things. You come down when you feel that you want to fish down here. Like I said, there's no shade. There definitely is no shade. So when it gets hot between 8 and 9 o'clock, you're almost ready to get up out of here. But this is downtown fishing in Corpus Christi, Texas.